What up, y'all? Welcome back to the next episode of Don't Do That. Mad as hell Monday.
We mad as hell.
Mad as hell, y'all. Mad as hell. Got every right to be, bro. All right, guys.
All right, so today we have some interesting stories for you, but
Smoke of the
smoke of the app.
Jeter XL Diamonds pre-roll. Durban Poison.
And it is from
House of Dang.
Cause That Is
My
the Spot.
All right, so to get right into it, guys, our
Top story.
top story. Thank you, because I can't seem to get anything out right now. Because at the end of the day, when you find out certain situations, but you also get to find the meaning out behind a lot of it. So, ICE agents are allowed, however, to enter K-12 schools. All right,
Wow.
they are allowed to do that. Now, the steps that they have to take, though, that's what we have to remember. So
what all they're allowed in K through 12, so kindergarten through 12th grade.
So
but
earlier,
what steps do they have to take in order?
this year, Donald Trump and the administration had rescinded on the sanctuary where ICE can actually go and pick up people. They can now go through the K through 12 school, but there has to be a judicial warrant, not an administrative warrant. Right, there are a difference of it.
So a judge has to pass.
A judge actually has to do it. Now, 1975 U.S. Supreme Court's decision in Pryor versus Doe affirmed that all children, regardless of immigration status, are entitled to a free public education. Additionally, the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA, protects the confidentiality of students' records, prohibiting schools from disclosing personal information without parental consent or a judicial order. And despite these protections, the new federal stance permits ICE agents to enter school grounds provided they have an appropriate legal authorization. And that includes basically having to be a judicial warrant. Now, in response to policy change, Michigan school districts are implementing measures of safeguard to their students. Detroit Public Schools Community District Superintendent has emphasized the district's commitment to student safety, offering virtual learning options for families concerned about potential ICE presence. So basically, schools are going to be allowing kids to go to school online. Grand Rapids has issued protocols instructing staff to verify ICE agents' credentials and judicial warrants before granting access, ensuring that student information remains confidential unless legally mandated otherwise. Wyoming Public Schools has reiterated the district's policy of not tracking or sharing students' immigration status, reinforcing their commitment to student privacy. So, just for a little bit of education for some of y'all people out there that want to act like ICE is this big grand say all, do all, whatever they want to do, they cannot do that, because the key difference is for it. Oops. And for what the ICE's administration warrants are this. They do not require probable cause to enter in anything. They don't have to have probable cause.
Wow.
But regulatory inspections, compliance checks, and investigations for violations of administration rules. Now, it's more like OSHA or whatnot. Now, judicial warrants. This is the only way that ICE is able to do anything in a school. It has to be a magistrate or a judge, and it requires probable cause to believe a crime has been committed, entry into private spaces to make arrests, conduct searches, and seize evidence, criminal arrest warrants, search warrants for evidence. That's what they're allowed to do. And the fact that we are just going to, say, screw it, the kids don't deserve better, whatever. Oh, well, you're just going to want to split up families, then why can't you just send them all together?
Dude,
wow.
It's just like a lot of stuff you can see it is a double-edged sword because it may be quote unquote for security's sake, but man, it's really starting to feel like Nazi, Gestapo, like it's really starting to feel like dictatorship type shit, like Victor Von Doom for real. Like,
well, the thing is like people are running from war. People are running to supposedly try to have a better life, get a better education, make something of themselves, and yet we don't allow it. We don't allow it, even though we were full of immigrants when we started.
Man,
because every last one of us
doing, I mean, a lot of the stuff he's doing is very invasive, very
nauseous.
Yeah, it's like Napoleon. It's like dictatorship type shit. This is like Hitler. This is We go into the schools. We getting the kids.
Yep, rounding them all up and everything, sending them to little camps.
And if you don't agree with our policies, we shutting off your funding. Like students that speak out against us, we about to make sure we can weed them out.
Yeah.
And,
it's insane. And it's like
man.
At the end of the day, what irks me the most is that when people are here on visas, when people are here temporarily or whatever, and they're allowed to be here, they still manage to find a way around it and find a way to gather them up and send them back. While they're working on top of that. And it's like, so they're here on temporary visas, or they're here for whatever reason that they're allowed to be here legally. They have jobs, pay taxes, and yet they have to be shipped back home. That's not fair to them.
No.
Because especially if they're working. If they're working, they're paying taxes. Period. And companies get paid for this. So what are these companies going to do whenever DEI is all the way out? Because then at the same time, they're not going to get paid extra for any non-white folks that they hire.
It's bad. All of this is downward spiral. None of this is good. None of this is good for any of us.
No, it's not.
And other mad as hell Monday news.
Oh, man.
Now we're going to get into closer to home, actually here at home.
In Michigan,
a University of Michigan assistant coach. I'm not sure what he was a coach of. Was it football, basketball?
I think it was football.
Matthew Weiss, faces decades in jail because he had thousands of explicit photos and videos of students, male and female, from more than just the University of Michigan, from other universities as well. He had their private information, their private videos and photos. Some of these photos were explicit, of course. They were seized by federal investigators. He has pled not guilty and has offered no comment. But these federal investigators have confirmed that they retrieved all of this evidence from Coach Weiss.
Oh, he was football. And what I know, when I was listening to this with you, I remember hearing, and it's weird because it's like, how do you find a way to even get this young lady's information? And she's not even a football person. She plays volleyball. She went to an Ohio college and an Indiana college. She was the one that was speaking out on it, and they were interviewing. And she played volleyball. So you managed to find a way to hack somehow. So you're going to be facing time for that. You're also going to be facing time for having inappropriate pictures of people unwillingly. And then you were working in a school, basically.
His life is effectively over.
Yes, he will be doing decades in prison, as he
if
should.
he is found guilty. If he is found guilty
As he
of these
should.
charges,
As he
his
should.
life is
And
effectively
they
over.
need to hack in and find any
And
unnatural
what was your end game? What was his end game in getting all of these students' personal,
I feel
private,
like
explicit
he could have been
photos
selling
and
them.
video?
He could have been selling them.
See,
he could have been
this
jacking
is why
off to
Mr.
them.
Superhero's way. I don't think like that, but yeah, I guess
He
he
could be skiing with a couple
I
of
guess
people.
he could.
He could be skiing with a couple of people, looking at these videos.
Man,
Couple people skiing together.
that let you know that I don't even think Melody like that. But yeah, sell the pictures, yeah, put them online and all this, like, oh, it's a virtual plethora of
bullshit,
freaky penises and vaginas and breasts and asses, and all different sizes and shapes and colors, and yeah, you can make a bunch of money off of that.
Yeah.
I guess if I was a degenerate low life, I would think like that, and I would do that type of degenerate low life shit. But yeah, wow.
Listen, that's because I came up with the idea.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying. You're devil's advocate to be like, this is what he could be doing, baby. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? Wow, because I mean, me past looking at the photo once or twice, that's it. I'm not saving it. It's gone. Because why hold on to it? That is physical evidence. That is incrimination. But for people that are, dabble on that type of shit, that black market shit, that sell pornographic, material shit, I guess that would work for you. I guess that would work for you. Now, it's up
okay.
to you. It's on you now.
All right.
We go back and forth.
Drake's lawsuit.
Oh, UMG.
With UMG over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us heads to trial with no settlement in sight. All right. Dun, 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 dun.
Are you really going to do it? Well, get on him like that.
Go
Everybody's doing it. I mean, come on.
Hey.
Come on.
All right. Now you mad? All right. In filings obtained Wednesday by People, attorneys for the 38-year-old rapper said settlement discussions have not taken place. The case linked to Lamar's Grammy-winning diss track is set to go to trial with a jury in New York and could last as long as 3 weeks. The beef in question dates back to Lamar's release of Not Like Us back in May 2024, in which the 37-year-old Compton rapper seemingly targeted Drake and amid their public feud. Lamar referred to Drake as a certified pedophile and implied he should be placed on neighborhood watch. Lamar, now, what I love about this, because this is the one part that just sticks out to me because I loved it, is
I'm gonna do my stuff.
Lamar cut the line pedophile from his Super Bowl halftime show performance in February, but kept a more pointed line. Said, listen, kept a more pointed line. Said, say Drake, I know you like him young, and smirked directly at the camera.
Say Drake.
I heard you like him young. Now, this year's broadcast, mind you, had averaged an all-time high of 127.7 million viewers. Now, Drake's legal team has alleged that the lyrics from the song are more than just artistic opinion and claim to use the words as a statement of fact, which he actually would have never done. UNG completely ignores the complaints allegations that millions of people all over the world did understand the song as a factual assertion that Drake is a pedophile. Well, whenever you try to make out with a minor on a stage, that kind of tells you a little story there. Now, the rapper's legal team also slammed Universal for irresponsibly promoting the track, even after a series of personal insults and threats against Drake. The filing stated UMG brazenly continues to publish and promote the song, even after Drake's home was attacked by a gunman, after his businesses were defaced, and after Drake made UMG aware of the falsity of the allegations. So, I guess after all that, after
Okay, well,
everything that was going on, I guess
my
Drake's
opinion,
home was
my opinion on that. UMG is going to make their money. Period. They are going to make their money off of Kendrick. They are going to make their money off of Drake. And as a business, that is all they care about. They are there for the bottom line. They are there to stay in the green and never go into the red. So whatever business moves they can do to facilitate that, that's what they are going to do. They don't care about the individuals.
of course they don't.
They don't care about that. It's about who's hot right now, who's making us the money right now. You're making us the money right now. We're going to push you because that in turn feeds us.
Right.
So yeah, Drake's upset. They're doing the same thing for Kendrick that they did for him, and that the whole thing about people thinking that it is factual that he's a pedophile, that is all up to interpretation, and it is
That is your own
subjective.
opinion.
That is subjective. There have been diss records since the beginning of hip hop, and people have said very bad and mean things about each other, and it's hip hop. This is what you do. You go for the juggler. You pit bull your opponent, and you go for the juggler. You go for the neck, and you shake. That's what you do. So, I mean, you lost,
Right.
but you're still a big artist. So what you do is you drop another project, and you just move away from
go about
that.
your business, bro.
You go about your business. You lick your wounds, and you come back strong, and you do your
Yeah.
thing. You lost that battle. There's no need to keep rehashing it to push yourself further in the hole.
Right, because now
Keep
you're
the fans that you
sounding like
retain.
now you're sounding like a bitch right now.
Right. Keep the fans that you retain, and move forward. There you go. It happens. It's the stock market. It happens. Sometimes your stock goes down because of an event, and whatever the new bar is, you just keep that and build off of that now until you get back to where you was at. Or but yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
You're a crybaby.
It's bad for you. It's looking bad because you're crying, even if you're right. It's looking bad
at
for
the end of
you.
the day,
Everybody knows what it is.
Whenever the people see certain little small things, and we have learned to look at the small things in greater detail. All right, because the reason why we have learned to look at things at greater detail, Drake, is because of that.
Diddy.
And also because of Disney. And also because of Nickelodeon. Okay, we have learned to look at small, minor detail and blow it up.
Yeah.
And again, I don't care if this is only a one-time thing. Whenever you literally try to make out with a teenage girl on a stage full of people,
you leave that open to interpretation.
You leave that open for whatever people want to believe.
And if his interpretation was personally, minor, then
if me personally,
you left yourself open to that.
And then as a parent of that child, the amount of explosive shit I would put on you, bro, would make you question yourself. You wouldn't even be caring about what other people are questioning. You would be questioning yourself and the way you thought you were going to do some shit like that and get away with it. I am so glad I don't have girls. Even though, yes, we know same thing could possibly happen to our young men out here. But it's more there when you have girls because it's more and more when it comes to the young ladies. And they're more vulnerable. Go.
Last but not least.
Yeah, actually, it is the last one because I'm done.
We had a winter storm a little more than 2 weeks ago. And a lot of Michigan residents, about an hour or so from here,
About 2 hours. Gaylord is about 2
Gaylord,
hours.
Michigan, Pellston, Michigan. These Michiganders
A little
are
bit more,
still
probably.
without power. They've been without power since this ice storm hit for almost 3 weeks now.
That's insane. There is no reason why people should be going without power for that long.
Yeah. So some of the schools are operational so that the kids can actually go to school and
have a safe place,
be somewhere warm and try and have some semblance of normalcy. But I was looking and watching this morning, kind of checking it out and everything, and I was just like, wow. So they show like the terrain, and the ice storm has basically, there's just a bunch of just ice. It looks like a scene from Frozen or from Game of Thrones on the other side of the wall. It's like
it's
crazy
insane
that it really hit that hard for them up there. But going for 3 weeks without power
is ridiculous.
Cause bruh, you have no idea how much you rely on your electricity until it's gone for 48 hours. Your refrigerator, your PlayStation, your phone being charged, being able to see when you wash up, take a shower, wash your clothes. Everything runs on electricity. So just imagine 3 weeks, bro. We mad as hell. Yes.
Yeah, because there's no reason why these companies don't have this stuff back up and running.
Yeah, so they are actually represented. They go through Great Lakes Energy, which is a co-op, and that was the young lady that I watched in an interview, and she was from Pellston, Michigan, and she said that they go through Great Lakes Energy, which is a co-op. That was words from her mouth, and so 3 weeks, bro.
Oh shit, babe! My god dang!
Bro,
holy hell!
Okay, that can be a blooper. All right, but 3 weeks without electricity, y'all gotta figure that shit out. The kids and
these kids can't be going without
food,
power like that.
And how are people like?
Yeah. So I think they're in a state of this. Who is it at that's out there helping them? What is that people call?
National Guard.
Yeah, thank you. Their National Guard is out there now. I think they're going for a state of emergency relief, as they should. But let's see if California hasn't gobbled up all of their stuff already.
Yeah, because
they've never, even the older folks that have lived there their whole life,
right,
have never seen anything this bad, especially around this time of year. You know, you expect something like that to hit December, January, November, late November.
But
even
Michigan is crazy.
That's crazy
with the weather. We go through some crazy stuff here in Michigan, and us Michiganders, we just laugh it off and say, we got bipolar weather. Well, if you've lived here your whole life, you already know.
No,
but you talking about
not that.
You talking about
an ice storm is something that you don't see like that.
That what we saw, that is something completely different.
Right, because we had it
crazy.
We had one. Shit, what? It had to have been like 10 years now.
What?
When we had our when Lansing area
and stuff had. We had our last.
But that was in December.
It's been about a decade, but it was the right time.
But it wasn't December.
It wasn't close to spring.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Like, I mean, that's probably why we've been getting all of our
I think there's that happened like 3 weeks ago. So well, it'll be 3 weeks now. It's been about 3 weeks, but yeah, that's like
Almost a
the end of
month.
March.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
like
No,
28th or something, 30th of March or something
I
around the
think a little
time
bit
it
before
happened.
that, like the 20th, 21st, somewhere
It's
around there. But
crazy.
it's insane that people have to go through that. And these electrical companies and stuff are not held responsible because there's, again, no reason that people are without power like
Get on the
this.
ball. A week is bad, but
3
this is
weeks is
3 weeks now,
ridiculous.
so
Ridiculous.
let's get on top of that.
Right. So, all right, guys. Thank you again for coming out and showing us some love and watching us. And we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, get notified. We'll see you next time on Wicked Wednesday. I don't do that. Peace.